Liners, how we doing? First sip of my latte. Megan Burns coming to you live from the streets of La Ciudad de Mexico. I'm in Condesa. Hi everyone, yeah, I'm in Condesa and I'm wrapping things up. I've been in Mexico City. It feels like 2 months. I think it's been 10 days. Wrapped up the Felix Scheinberger workshop and did some things, and now I'm on my way back to San Miguel after I run a few more errands. But I wanted to check in with all my continuous liners because it feels like I kind of lost track of things. No, I didn't lose track. I just was busy with the Felix workshop, which ended 2 days ago. My goodness, what a workshop. Honestly, it was literally one of the best workshops. No, the best workshop. Well, not only that I produced, but that I gained knowledge from, right? The thing that I discovered Felix Scheinberger early on when I started drawing, and even when Danny Gregory was kind of interviewing me to teach my continuous line for sketchbook school, he commented that that my work was reminiscent of Felix Scheinberger, because I've always enjoyed and appreciated and adored his loose, but not just loose. He's got a magical style, right? I was thinking about this. I kind of came up through my drawing ranks with, I came in through, well, first through sketchbook school, and then in Urban Sketchers. And, then created the San Miguel Urban Sketchers chapter, along with Judy Plummer, hope she's okay, and Rhoda Draws, right? So I kind of have spent my time in the urban sketching community, but you know what? It really doesn't work for me. And the thing that I have always appreciated about Felix's style is that he's magical. His art is magic, right? There's light, there's drama, there's mystery, there's monsters, there's moonlight, there's stars, there's sex, there's romance, there's people, there's animals, all kinds of animals, magical animals, right? And I remember when I was in Ireland, beloved Ireland, and I posted in the Dublin Urban Sketchers group, I had drawn the Harry Lemon pub, which is this bright yellow pub, and I drew, and these fabulous advertisements from the 50s in Ireland of the toucan with the Guinness, right? The whole Guinness thing, the turtle, the toucan. I know there's more. And so I drew the building in front of it, like all good urban sketchers do, but then I drew the toucan with a Guinness on his bill walking into the building, right? And one of the urban sketchers in Dublin said, "You can't post that because there was no toucan walking into the pub." And I was like, damn, why? I mean, of all places, does Ireland have to be this, like, uptight? Ireland? Come on. And, although I had been kind of feeling that way anyways, it was just kind of like further proof, like, this is not really where I belong. I am an urban sketcher. I came up through the urban sketching thing. I will continue to be an urban sketcher. But boy, do I love exploring the magical side, right? So we could be more than one thing, right? I totally appreciate what I have learned and the people who I have met in through, being a part of the Urban Sketchers community. But this just really brought it home for me that I really love the magical, right? And so also working with Felix, who has such an impressive illustrative style, he kind of pushed me out of my continuous line box. Was I in a box? I don't know. I'd like to think that I'm not. What was that? Oh, it was my bag. I'd like to think that I'm not in a continuous line box, but I do have some self-afforded beliefs, self-sustained beliefs that, I lift my pen and I say there's no continuous line police. But I do kind of have this thing of like, just keep your pen down, right? And it happens over time, and with practice, I just keep my pen down. But it doesn't have to be words and a belief to live by, right? And so one of the things that I learned with Felix is, first of all, he gave us all 1,000,000 pens, right? And so he encouraged all of us to explore value through the written line, the drawn line, right? So that's something was new for me, because I really like to have the elegant one line. And so, like, where is it? Hang on here. La la la. So I'm like a one line kind of a gal here. So this scene of the church, right? I kind of did that. Kind of tried to be a little bit more scribbly and loose with my lines, but there's still absolutely a sense of continuous line there, which is fine, right? I'm not dissing my continuous line. I love my continuous line. But then here is Bellas Artes on the last day. We're using the scribbly line as a value, right? And honestly, it takes a lot longer than my continuous line, but there's something kind of like meditative and satisfying about creating depth, drama, light and dark with my scribbly line, because instead of just trying to be like one line, go contour, do the thing, keep go, don't know where to go, take a little spin and then keep going. This was more like and trying to get a sense of going from dark to light, right? Like making it somewhat of a gradient. And honestly, that just like pushed me into a whole new dynamic. A whole new, look, I love this. Look at this guy coming by with the coconuts. Let's see if you can see him. I'm here in Condesa. Have I mentioned that? And he's coming by with the coconut water and with a pretty pink and white umbrella, right? I love it. And I'm right here. I'm at Tout Chocolat. I'm right on the path to the park is right there. I didn't sit on that side because the sun was in my eyes, and I don't want the sun in my eyes. So, yeah, I'm here on Condesa. What is it? Parque Mexico. I did a little apartment hunting, viewing while I was here just one day. I'm pretty exhausted, but I thought the way to get that ball rolling is to like go look at a few and make some connections. So I did that, and I've got messages are coming in right now for some apartments, but I'm kind of tired and I need to go home and see my dog. So, oh look, there's more dogs. So I'm over here doing the last of my errands, and then I'm gonna hit the road and head on back to San Miguel de Allende, where I hope to be wrapping up my time there. And also, you know, Felix, that workshop with Felix was so good for so many different ways, because not only was he like super inspiring about how to infuse more magic into my drawings. That's what I want. I don't want to be a better urban sketcher. I love urban sketching, but I want to infuse more magic, more energy, more life, more mystery, more myth. I live in Mexico. Mexico is a lot of things, but it's a country that is just full of mythology and monsters and gods. Felix had been to the Anthropology Museum, and he was on his way at the Templo Mayor, and he said, "What's in the Templo Mayor?" And I said, "Oh, just more Aztecs, monsters, and gods, right? They're everywhere." And I love learning about it, and I love sharing it with people, and I love drawing it, right? So he has connected me with a whole new community that I'm super excited about, and also through this community and building my own community, just creating more events that are about infusing magic into our art. Not so much, I mean, I love urban sketching. That's how I came up. That's how I met a lot of people. But I love the idea of just infusing more magic, because look at this era we're living in right now. The whole world is collapsing. Institutions, democracy, rules, regulations. I mean, the corruption and crime that's happening on a daily basis is almost breathtaking, right? And it seems like there's not a lot we can do. Even going to a protest, what does that mean? Does that mean we're going to get our face scanned and now we're going to be arrested someday? I don't know, but it's pretty scary what's happening these days, right? And so, yes, I live in reality, and yes, I'm based in reality, and yes, I pay my bills, and I have to go deal with my accountant, and I have to do all the things that we humans have to do, right? But with this time I have left, excuse me, with whatever time I have left here in this crazy world of ours, I want to spend it drawing, and I want to spend it exploring magic and being an artist and creating more magic in my art. I remember when my mother died. My mother's death was the big turning point for me, and I started drawing poorly, and I said, I want to be a magician. I want to be a magician. And I didn't know if that meant I had to buy a top hat and a rabbit. I also said I wanted to be a modern farmer. I'm like, do I have to start growing tomatoes? Right? And then why a modern farmer? Why did I say modern farmer? 18 months later, I was a featured modern farmer in Modern Farmer magazine, right? And I'm a magician with my art, right? So I didn't have to grow tomatoes, and I didn't have to buy a rabbit and a top hat, right? I became a magician with my art, and I became a modern farmer with cows. And I'm still, still a big part of who I am. And so I'm just going to continue with that. And I invite you all to come with me and be your own magician, be your own artist, be your own person. Discernment, right? Discernment is a big thing in this era because there's so many fake things coming at us. So by being an artist, being connecting. Oh, where is it? Where's my logo? I'm not going to finish on this. Hi, cutie. By drawing, you connect your heart to your eye, to your crown chakra, right? This is the this is the benefits of continuous line drawing right here. It connects your heart to your eye, to your crown chakra. And you know what when you have that in alignment, that means you have discernment. That means you can make better choices. That means you can follow more the path that was laid out before you. And as opposed to getting so overwhelmed by we're going to get overwhelmed by the chaos and the corruption and the crimes of this current idiot. Right? We're going to be confused by it. But when you have a drawing practice, you're going to be more in alignment so you can think better, make better decisions, and and follow your heart, right? Okay, everyone. I'm going to finish up my time here in La Ciudad de Mexico, my favorite city in the whole wide world. Although I think I just said that when I was in Paris, because that's a beautiful city too, and I miss it, and that seems like a dream. I was just there for a month. Oh my God, now I'm here in Mexico City. Gosh, am I lucky. I am so lucky. I have such a blessed life. And thank you all for following along. Keep on drawing, telling your stories. Woohoo! Rock on, artist.